The ancient art of silence, the discipline that will change your life. Silence is more powerful than most people realize. It is older than language, deeper than emotion, and far stronger than noise. Long before there were screens, notifications, and endless distractions, humans learned from stillness, from listening, from observing. They understood that silence is not emptiness, it is the birthplace of wisdom, clarity, and power. Today, silence is rare. Our minds are constantly bombarded by voices, information, and chaos. Yet, those who master silence discover a discipline that can completely transform their life. In a world that rewards noise and attention, silence is counterintuitive, but it's precisely why it is so effective. Silence is not simply the absence of sound. It is presence. It allows you to step back from chaos, observe yourself, and regain control over your mind and emotions. When practiced, silence sharpens your thinking, strengthens your focus, and deepens your intuition. It teaches you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, and to act with clarity rather than confusion. The first step in mastering silence is learning to sit with yourself. Most people avoid this because, in quiet, they cannot run from their own thoughts. Emotions, fears, and memories surface, and the mind becomes uncomfortable. But discomfort is where growth begins. In silence, you begin to understand yourself, your habits, triggers, fears, and desires. You start to see where your energy is wasted and where it can be focused. Over time, silence becomes a mirror, showing the truth of who you are. Silence is also a source of emotional strength. Every word spoken unnecessarily or reaction made impulsively drains energy. By practicing silence, you conserve this energy, protect your peace, and gain emotional discipline. You stop giving power to negativity, gossip, and chaos. Your mind becomes clear, your emotions balanced, and your presence commanding. People notice this calm strength. They are drawn to it. Silence gives your words weight because you speak only when it matters. Your presence alone becomes impactful. Intuition is one of the most extraordinary gifts of silence. In noise, intuition is drowned out. In stillness, it becomes clear. The quiet mind can recognize patterns, sense opportunities, and make decisions that logic alone might miss. Many of history's greatest leaders, thinkers, and creators relied on moments of silence to gain insight and make profound decisions. Your own life can benefit the same way. The more you practice silence, the sharper your internal guidance becomes, and the more aligned your actions are with your true purpose. Silence improves focus and productivity. A noisy mind scatters energy, pulling you in multiple directions at once. A silent mind concentrates fully, prioritizes effectively, and acts with precision. This discipline transfers to everything you do: work, relationships, learning, and personal growth. It also improves memory and creativity. Ideas emerge effortlessly when the mind is quiet. Connections form naturally, and solutions appear where before there was only confusion. Silence gives your brain the space to function at its highest level. Silence fosters patience, resilience, and emotional intelligence. Life is full of challenges, but those trained in silence can pause, observe, and respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Emotional pain is managed instead of suppressed. Conflicts are resolved calmly rather than escalated. You begin to understand that not every problem needs a rushed solution, and not every emotion needs an immediate reaction. Over time, silence builds an inner stability that anchors you through life's storms. Finally, silence is a path to self-discovery. It reconnects you with your true self, beyond roles, achievements, or opinions. In silence, you discover your strengths, values, and desires. You see what truly matters and let go of what doesn't. You begin living intentionally rather than reacting automatically. You learn to conserve your energy, protect your peace, and invest in what brings long-term fulfillment. Silence is not absence, it is power, clarity, and transformation in its purest form. When you embrace silence, life begins to change in ways you never imagined. You start noticing details you once overlooked: the rhythm of your breathing, the subtle emotions of people around you, the beauty in ordinary moments. Silence trains you to observe, to listen, and to respond with intention. This observation makes you wiser, more empathetic, and more effective in every part of your life. People who live in noise miss these subtle truths. Those who practice silence see them clearly and act decisively. Silence strengthens your mental and emotional resilience. Life throws challenges, setbacks, and disappointments, but a mind trained in silence does not break easy. You learn to remain calm in chaos, patient in uncertainty, and composed under pressure. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to practice self-control. Every setback, a chance to grow. The discipline of silence builds an inner armor that makes you unstoppable, even when the world around you is collapsing. One of the most powerful effects of silence is self-mastery. When you sit quietly, you confront your impulses, fears, and distractions. Head on, you learn to choose which thoughts to follow and which to let go. You stop reacting automatically to stress, anger, or fear. You gain control over your mind, your emotions, and ultimately, your life. This mastery is not flashy, it is subtle, quiet, but unshakable. Others may underestimate you because they do not hear you speak often, but your actions, clarity, and presence speak louder than words ever could. Silence also reconnects you with your purpose. In noise, it is easy to chase distractions and live according to what others expect. In silence, your inner voice emerges. You begin to recognize your true desires, your real goals, and the path you are meant to follow. This clarity allows you to align your actions with your deepest values. You stop wasting time, energy, and emotions on things that don't matter. Your life begins to flow with intention, and every choice you make carries meaning. Silence is also a secret to emotional intelligence. By observing your own emotions in stillness, you start recognizing patterns, triggers, and motivations. You learn to respond instead of react. You develop empathy because you can sense the emotions of others without them saying a word. Silence teaches you to communicate with depth and authenticity, making your relationships stronger and more meaningful. People are naturally drawn to those who are calm, centered, and thoughtful. A presence cultivated through silence. Creativity flourishes in silence. Noise scatters your thoughts, but stillness organizes them. Ideas emerge effortlessly when the mind is quiet. Connections are made naturally, and solutions appear that were invisible in distraction. Many of history's most brilliant thinkers and creators relied on silence to access their genius. Your own life can benefit the same way. By dedicating time to silence, you unlock the creative potential that has always existed inside you, waiting for space to grow. Silence also changes your perception of time. Life no longer feels rushed, chaotic, or overwhelming. Moments stretch, experiences deepen, and presence becomes your natural state. You stop running toward the next thing and start living fully in the now. This awareness not only reduces stress, but also amplifies the joy in even the simplest experiences. The world slows down, not because external circumstances change, but because your mind has learned to exist fully in the present. The most profound effect of silence is inner peace. In stillness, you learn that life does not have to be constant noise, chaos, and reaction. You discover a calm center that is untouched by circumstances. You realize that the storms of life are temporary, and your inner stability is permanent. This peace transforms your decisions, relationships, and opportunities. It gives you the clarity to see what truly matters, and the courage to let go of what doesn't. Silence is a practice of power, presence, and transformation. It is a daily choice to step away from distractions, to observe, to listen, and to respond with awareness. Every minute spent in silence strengthens your mind, heals your emotions, and sharpens your intuition. Over time, silence becomes not just a habit, but a lifestyle, a way of living that makes you more resilient, creative, confident, and grounded than ever before. The world will remain noisy, chaotic, and demanding, but the person who masters silence becomes unstoppable, because true power is found in stillness. If you commit to this ancient art, even just a few minutes every day, you will notice the difference almost immediately. Your mind becomes sharper. Your emotions become stable. Your presence becomes magnetic. You start seeing opportunities, connections, and solutions that others miss. Your decisions carry clarity and confidence. You stop reacting to life, you start shaping it. The discipline of silence does not just change your mind. It changes the way you live, the way people perceive you, and the way life unfolds before you. So, start today. Step into silence, sit quietly, breathe deeply, observe your thoughts, and let the world fade away for a while. Resist the urge to distract yourself, to scroll, to talk, or to run. Face the stillness, embrace the discomfort, and stay with yourself. This is where transformation begins. This is where your power grows. This is where life truly and fully becomes yours. Silence is waiting. Your journey into mastery starts with a single, quiet breath.